Hello and welcome back to Learn English at Home. I'm your host, Monica.
And I'm Ethan. We're so happy you're joining us today.
Yes, welcome. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something we all do every day, eating. More specifically, we're talking about nutrition.
That's right. We'll discuss what nutrition means, why it's important, and we'll share some easy ways to think about the food you eat.
And I have to be honest, Ethan. I'm a little nervous for this topic. I love food, especially food that's fast and easy.
And that's perfectly okay. This isn't about judgment. It's about learning. So let's start there. Monica, what did you have for lunch today?
Oh, I am so glad you asked. I ordered a delicious double cheeseburger with extra bacon, a large fries, and a soda. It was delivered right to my door in 20 minutes. It was perfect.
It sounds like a very satisfying meal.
It was. What about you, Ethan? Let me guess. A salad?
You guessed right. I had a big salad with grilled chicken, lots of different vegetables, and a light vinaigrette dressing. I made it myself this morning.
See, we are complete opposites. You are Mr. Healthy, and I am Queen of Convenience.
Well, this is a great place to start our conversation. Our meals show two different approaches to eating, and this brings us to our main topic, nutrition. So, what is nutrition? In simple terms, it's how the food we eat affects our health.
Affects our health. Okay.
Food gives our bodies energy and something called nutrients. Nutrients are things like vitamins, minerals, protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Our bodies need them to work properly, to grow, and to stay healthy.
Okay, I've heard those words before. Protein, carbs, fats, but I don't really know what they do.
And that's fine. Let's break it down simply. Carbohydrates, or carbs, are our main source of energy. Think of bread, pasta, rice, and fruits. Protein helps build and repair our bodies, like our muscles. You find it in meat, fish, eggs, and beans.
Aha, so my burger has protein from the meat and carbs from the bun. I'm getting nutrients.
Exactly, you are. And then there are fats. Fats are also important for energy and for our brain health, but there are different kinds of fats. Some are healthy, like the fats in avocados, nuts, and olive oil. Others are less healthy, often found in fried and processed foods.
Okay, so my French fries probably have the less healthy kind of fat.
Most likely, yes. And fast food meals are often very high in salt, or sodium, and sugar. Your soda, for example, is mostly sugar.
But it's just so easy, Ethan. I work all day. When I get home, I'm tired. The last thing I want to do is start cutting vegetables and cooking. Ordering from an app on my phone takes 2 minutes.
I completely understand that. Convenience is a huge factor for many people. Life is busy. But the main benefit of cooking at home is control.
Control? What do you mean?
When you cook your own food, you control the ingredients. You decide how much salt, how much sugar, and how much oil to use. Restaurant and fast food meals often have very high amounts of these things to make the food taste extra good, but it's not always great for our bodies.
That makes sense. So your salad probably had a lot less salt and unhealthy fat than my burger and fries.
Right. And it also had a wide variety of vitamins and minerals from all the different vegetables. Vitamins and minerals are those other nutrients that keep our bodies working well. Think of them like the oil in a car. You don't need a lot, but you definitely need them.
My problem is that I think healthy food is boring, and I'm not a good cook. I'd probably just burn everything.
That's a very common feeling.
But healthy food can be incredibly delicious, and cooking is a skill, just like learning a language. You start with the basics and get better with practice. You don't have to cook complicated, difficult meals.
Okay, so what's an easy meal? Give me an example of something I probably couldn't mess up.
Sure. How about baked chicken with roasted vegetables? You take a piece of chicken, put a little olive oil, salt, and pepper on it, then you chop up some vegetables like broccoli, carrots, and bell peppers.
Chop. That's a good verb. It means to cut into pieces.
Exactly. You toss the vegetables with a little oil and seasoning, put everything on a tray, and bake it in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. It's simple, requires very little active work, and it's a balanced meal. You have protein from the chicken and lots of vitamins and fiber from the vegetables.
That actually sounds pretty good, and maybe not so difficult.
Another tip is something called meal prep. Prep is short for preparation. It's when you choose one day, like Sunday, to prepare some of your food for the whole week.
Oh, I've seen people do that online. They have all these little containers with food in them.
Yes, you can cook a big batch of rice or quinoa, you can chop all your vegetables, you can grill a few pieces of chicken. Then, during the week, when you're tired, you just have to assemble your meal. Mix and match. It saves a lot of time.
That's actually a really smart idea. So when I get home hungry, a healthy meal is almost ready. It's convenient, which is what I love.
Precisely. It makes the healthy choice the easy choice. Another useful skill is learning to read food labels. When you buy packaged food at the supermarket, there is a label on the back with nutrition information.
Okay, meal prep sounds good for main meals like dinner, but what about snacks? I get really hungry in the afternoon, and I usually just grab a chocolate bar or a bag of chips from the vending machine at work. Right, the little box with all the numbers and percentages. It's always seemed a bit confusing to me.
It can be, but you only need to look for a few key things. First, look at the serving size. The information on the label is for one serving, but a package might have 2 or 3 servings.
Ah, that's a classic trick. You think you're only eating 100 calories, but you eat the whole bag, and it's actually 300.
Exactly. Then look at the amount of sugars and sodium or salt. It's often surprising how much hidden sugar and salt is in food that you might think is healthy, like yogurt or bread or sauces.
Okay, so check the serving size, sugar, and sodium. That's good to know. But Ethan, does this mean I can never have a burger and fries again?
Not at all. This is the most important point. Healthy eating is not about being perfect. It's about balance. If you eat nutritious, home-cooked food most of the time, then it's absolutely fine to enjoy a burger or a pizza sometimes.
Okay, good. I was worried you were going to tell me to only eat vegetables forever. Balance, I like that. It sounds much more realistic for me.
It's a great goal to aim for, a balanced diet. That means eating a variety of foods to get all the nutrients your body needs. Eating lots of fruits and vegetables is a great start. They call it eating the rainbow because you should try to eat vegetables of many different colors.
Eat the rainbow. That's a fun way to remember it. So, red bell peppers, orange carrots, yellow corn, green broccoli.
You've got it. And don't forget to drink plenty of water. Sometimes when we feel hungry, we are actually just thirsty. Water is so important for our energy levels and overall health.
Right. I know I should drink more water instead of soda.
It's a small change that can make a big difference, and that's the key. Don't try to change everything at once. Start with one small thing. Maybe this week you try to cook one meal at home. Or maybe you decide to drink one extra glass of water each day.
Okay, I can do that. I will accept that challenge. This week, I will try to cook that baked chicken and roasted vegetables meal you talked about.
That's fantastic, Monica. And for our listeners, we challenge you to do the same. Try cooking one new healthy meal this week, or just pay attention to the food you eat. It's a great way to practice your English, too. You can read recipes in English, or watch English cooking videos online.
That's a great point. So before we finish, let's do a quick vocabulary recap of some of the important words from today's episode.
Good idea. First, we had nutrition. That's the study of food and how it affects our health.
Then nutrients. These are the good things in food our body needs, like protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals.
We mentioned ingredients. Those are the different foods you use to make a meal.
A balanced diet. This means eating a good variety of different foods to stay healthy.
And some cooking verbs like to chop, which means to cut, and to bake, which means to cook in an oven.
This has actually been really helpful, Ethan. I feel less scared of the topic of nutrition now. It feels more achievable.
I'm so glad to hear that, and I hope our listeners feel the same way. Remember, it's all about making small, positive changes.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening to Learn English at Home.
We hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to our podcast so you don't miss our next episode.
And if you try our cooking challenge, let us know. You can find us on our social media channels. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy learning.
Bye, everyone.